Good morning. Let's try to get on our seats, guys. Let's try to start getting comfortable. We're gonna get started in around a minute. Um, Welcome. If I haven't met you, thank you so much for being here. Like every single Wednesday we are here, we call it the business church. You guys can come and sit, have some coffee. Today we were graciously for our presenter to bring us some dishes. Please feel free to grab some. Guys in the back, please grab some as well. I have a little surprise at the end of this, so just stay tuned. Just stick with me for a little more than usual. And I'm going to get started, guys. So I do want to start by saying thank you so much for our coffee partner, Big Help. She wasn't able to stay here today, but she is one of our supporters. She was actually one of our presenters. So if you're in the cleaning industry, if you need someone in the cleaning industry, she is an amazing. It's a women-owned company. So I would say if you want to support, please tell me the details. I have this display at the end so you can contact her as well. So let's get started, guys. Please make sure you pull up your phones, sign up for 1 million cups. I mean, this is for updates and everything. So we send who's going to be presenting, if there's any openings for presenters. Remember, this is open for the community, for everyone and anyone that wants to present. I will explain what 1 million cups is in just a little bit. So what is 1 million cups? It's a very simple concept. Oh, by the way, I forgot to introduce myself. Okay, cool. Daniel Garza, I am a program specialist with UTRGV. If you haven't been in eBridge before, welcome to eBridge. This building is the efforts of the city to bring resources to the community. So within the building, there's two entities working. So we have UTRGV, which is us. Can you please raise your hand, UTRGV team, please? Please talk to us. We're friendly. Talk to the guy in the suit. He's pretty friendly as well. Yes, Julio Quiroga, everyone. Please talk to him. Samantha, too. And then we also have VCIC. VCIC is also the resources for the city. So anytime you want to come in, every single Wednesday, it's open space. So anyone in the community can work off of this space. It's a free space for you guys. So 1 Million Cups is powered by the Kaufman Foundation. And then what we do is bring two entrepreneurs every single Wednesday to kind of give them a platform to tell their story, to tell the journey, what they're doing in the community, what's happened on their business. And at the end of the presentation, we ask them, how can we as a community can help you as an entrepreneur? Very simple concept. It's just to give visibility to all the talent entrepreneurs we have in the region. So if you know anyone or yourself want to present, please talk to us. Grace, Omar, can you raise your hand? So this is my organizing team. If you need any help, please let us know. Like I said, this is a national program, so every single Wednesday, just at the same time, there is someone presenting somewhere else in the nation. We're actually one of the newest members of the Southwest region. We are the Brownsville one. And if I say so myself, we are probably the best one that we have going on, but I might be just a little bit biased, which I don't care. We have 3,835 cup counters, which mean for me is 3,835 cup of coffee that we've given around and connections we're giving to each other. Remember, yes, the presentation is important. Yes, we love to highlight our entrepreneurs, but the important part is what comes after. Talk to someone, talk to a stranger. Even though your parents probably told you not to talk to strangers, this is the time to meet someone else because you don't know, you might meet your next partner investor on one of these meetings. This is just to give you guys a heads up. Please be mindful of our speaker's time. Please silence your phones. If you need to take a call, there are booths around the office that you can take calls from, or you can also step to the lobby, which we have some friendly staff as well. So without further ado, we have our first speaker of the day. We have Diego Quintana, owner of Predator Athletics and Well Prep. So let's give it up to him.
Awesome. And you just go next, right?
Yes, you got it.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Diego. Okay, so I am the owner of Predator Athletics and Well Prepped. They're a combination of my passions. I love training and as well as cooking, so they go hand in hand, and so I created a business for it. So my services are personal training, one-on-one, and online training. I also do personal meal plans as well as personalized meal preps. So as for the meal preps and training, like I said, it's been a passion of mine for years. I've been training for about 8 years, I think you'll see right now, but my training hours are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then the meal prep orders are from Wednesday to Sunday. I also brought some meals if y'all haven't tried them. About me, like I said, the owner. I'm NASM certified, ISSA certified. I started about 3 years ago, the business for training. And then I have about 14 years of training experience. I'm an amateur bodybuilder. Been cooking for about 8 years. Um, and also, just a little bit more about me. I'm also going to be a father soon. Yes, thank you. Training is also, I mean, I don't even know how I really got into it. I just have been training for like all my life. I mean, the biggest passion of mine is also like aesthetics, which is just kind of like in the terms of bodybuilding. So, you know, obviously you need to be eating really well if you want to be like looking as aesthetic as possible. So that is the reason why I also started cooking. A lot of trial and error, and I'm also self-taught, so DIY, which is the meals and could see that the passion in those meals itself, because everything is all like thoughtful, and those dishes are definitely not something you just kind of like look up and can just create. Like I have a lot of thought into like every single dish that I do, and hopefully it shows. So it's just a transformation of mine, but I was actually working at TrueFit a little bit after COVID, or I'm not even sure if it was before or after COVID, but super fun. Collected a lot of gym equipment throughout the years, um, bought a lot of machines secondhand, and then realized I was marketable as a personal trainer, so I quit my job and started my own business. But when I was working at TrueFit, I mean, seriously, I love it. So my manager at the time also did not want me to train anybody, which is kind of funny because I would see the people, like the clientele is kind of like coming into me, and then I would just kind of sell myself or like sell the, the personal training packages and stuff like that. I got along with the people so well, and I just started selling and selling and selling, and they were just like, bro, like honestly, don't train anybody. Like, you're gonna give them away. You're just going to go ahead and just keep selling, cause like my goodness, like you're just hitting it off. Like let's just go. I kind of didn't like that, just because like I would present myself to somebody and then just kind of like be really cool with them, sell, and then just kind of give them off to another trainer, and then they would just be like, bro, like I wanted you, like what are you talking about? But my manager is just like super advocate about being like, no, like trust me, like just sell. And I was like, I mean, I guess so. And then as for like COVID happened, I mean, all gyms shut down, and I was just kind of like, hell no, like, I'm just gonna definitely like continue training. So, bought a lot of equipment secondhand. No, I mean, you'll see the gym right now, but love it. And then I remember the reason why I quit TrueFit. I was going on vacation somewhere in Mexico, and I got like 12 messages on Instagram just being like, yo, like you have your own gym, like train me, train me, train me. And I mean, obviously with TrueFit, I was only getting paid hourly, and I was just kind of like, I have a gym, like I'm marketable myself. So I literally just quit the next day, went on vacation, messaged everybody, and I just had like a whole team on board. And I mean, that's just kind of how it started from there. How do you press play on this one?
Oh wait,
Those are videos as well, but they probably didn't play?
they probably the last one is gonna play.
Okay, well, these are just videos of me hauling, equipment. I mean, these things are like tons and tons of weight. I have my best friend here helped me out. I mean, moving equipment throughout the years. I mean, it's just ridiculous how heavy these things go. But also cooking as well. These are some of the tostadas we made right now. Well, that's not it right now, but just a, visual. There is also a video here on how the gym aesthetics looks like. Uh, it's a 3,000 square foot facility. It's very iron, very old school. You got everything when it comes to like bodybuilding terms. But I do have like more things than just bodybuilding, like all kinds of fitness. But I mean, obviously, like when it comes to aesthetics and stuff like that, I'm a pretty typical guy, like just trying to gain some muscle mass and athleticism and aesthetics. So the main things I have is just typical bodybuilding, but tons of equipment, which I absolutely love, and still like trying to get more and more and more. So the birth of Well Prepped, which is the meals that hopefully y'all have tried. Uh, so the reason why I tried that is because my clients' biggest obstacles was always nutrition and still has been nutrition. I mean, I could, as a nutritionist, you could write it down on paper, give people your macros, but at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper. Like, if they want to follow, they're gonna follow. I mean, I could be as inspiring as I can be, but I mean, I've heard all kinds of excuses, whether it be like, don't know how to cook, get too lazy, you know, clean up after is terrible. And then it's just like a consistent grind of doing it again and again and again. And just some people are just not into it. I mean, I really am, but I mean, it's just kind of tough. But the nutrition plans weren't as effective, especially in a way to like change their lifestyle, because obviously that's what I'm really trying to impact. But what I used to do for people who did not know how to cook, I would FaceTime clients and then offer like cooking like one-on-one. That just wasn't as optimal as well, just because like I'm very efficient, very fast when it comes to like cooking. So, I mean, a dish that should be taking 20 minutes, it would take like an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm just on the phone like, cut the damn onion, like, please, like, bro, like, my God. There's a bunch of gadgets that you could get now that can make it a lot easier for you, but it's like, I'm like just done and I'm just waiting like, no. Now, I'm also like kind of OCD, so I'm just like, I like everything to be really like particular, but I'm just like, my gosh, like some people just need more help, I guess. But clients really, really did love the dishes that we made on FaceTime, but like I said, the biggest challenge was just doing it again, and because it needs to be a consistency. Like, yes, you can make it once, twice, but obviously change your life or like have a better fitness lifestyle, you need to be very consistent. So you can't just be, do it once or twice. Or maybe you could do it seasonal, but you still need to do it again and again and again, right? There's no way you could just kind of do it once or twice and then just kind of be like, oh, no, I'm good now. It's like, no. Like, you need to go, like, consistent, right? So when I would do the FaceTimes, they would still be making excuses, whether it be like, the consistency of like cooking, right? So they were the ones who actually requested the meal preps, because I mean, like I said, I would cook through them through FaceTime, right? I didn't touch the food at all. It was all them, but they absolutely loved it. And I was like, great, like keep going, keep going. But of course, every now and then they'll fall off. Sometimes I still get like, pictures and videos of like other people like still using the recipes that I've made, but they just started doing meal prep requests, and I was like, you know what, like let's give it a shot. So rented a house with an attic kitchen. So that's when I started doing orders. And oh, that's just another, oh no, nice. So these are just some of the videos. I used to hire a marketing team, and everything was just kind of like simple. I mean, I try to make things just super efficient. It's kind of funny right now because this is not my kitchen. This is my mom's house. And I just kind of used what I had, but everything is like super like, it's a well-cooked dish, but what I'm saying is like overall like how much I've grown when it comes to like cooking and like equipment, it's a lot better now. This was probably like 5 years ago, but I mean, like I said, I've been cooking for a long time. So the struggles that I really had with Well Prepped was when I had rented out that house, I was getting about 180 meals a week, which is, I would break it up to like 90 meals Sunday and then Wednesday, right? And that would take about 9 hours of my day. And the reason being is because you have to cook such a large, like mass quantity. So you really have to be like specific in the seasonings. You need to make sure everything's just kind of like cleaned well. I mean, I've messed up a ton of dishes, like batters, and like literally had to throw it all away just because like at the end of the day, you are selling yourself and your own products. So you definitely need to be like extremely just like detailed, because if you try bad food once, I mean, you're not really gonna go back. Like nobody's gonna go to a restaurant, have a bad experience and be like, oh, I can't wait to go back, or like, so you definitely need to be like extremely like over every single thing. But yeah, it would take about 9 hours. People would order plates from like 3, 6, and 12. And then, of course, training as well. So I averaged about 20 clients myself. So I'm all myself as well. Like, this is like a one-trick pony. So it's me. It's only me cooking, and it's only me training. Like, I don't hire. It's me, myself, and I, literally. But I do have a great team and, like, personal relationships that have helped me a ton, just like right now. But what I'm saying is, this was all like thought on by myself. So another problem I had was like individualizing and like reaching clients' goals. Obviously, everybody's different. Some people are trying to gain muscle mass. Some people are just trying to like lose fat. Some people are just trying to be healthy. So it's just kind of like everybody needs to be very, very like individualized. So I have to put in a lot of thought with every single client that I get, and then just try to make it more personal relationships, just so that, one, they reach their goals, and then two, they're having a lifestyle that they want to change, and just having a great time doing it. Because that's one of the biggest things I try to preach is like, you definitely want to do what you love. Nobody wants to like be on a diet and then feel like a diet, right? Like, you want to be eating food that is like delicious and then nutritious, and then that's also helping you as well. That's why these meals right here, just all of my meals were like 500 calories or less, about 30 grams of protein each. And the macros between like carbs and fats are different, of course, but all whole foods. Bought all these meals yesterday and then just cooked them yesterday and this morning, and that's what y'all are trying right now. When I also come up with different meal menus, so that I literally just kind of like focus and sit down and just kind of like gather my thoughts. And every now and then I'll just watch YouTube videos or like whatever it is, but it's all about training and cooking, and I'll get an idea, and then, like I said, trial and error. But usually the first time it comes out great, second time even better, and then the third time is like more like executed. And that's kind of like what I would give out to my clients, and then that's when they would just be like jumping on the orders, like, yeah, this is what I want, like, amazing. And then, of course, like, the other struggles was inconsistent scheduling of clients. So sometimes they would cancel, sometimes they would like come an hour late or whatever it is. But it's kind of fun at the end of the day, just because like it's all like one big group, and we're all just trying to have the same goal, which is just kind of like being better and more fit. So something that I'm very excited for right now is I'm located on 511, first of all, by Garcia Middle School, but we are actually moving facilities on Price. So we're going to be merging Predator Athletics and as well as Well Prepped. It's a 2-story facility, kitchen integrated. So the upstairs will have a kitchen, and not only am I going to be doing meal preps, I'm also going to be trying to teach people how to cook and just be super efficient in the kitchen, just so that they're not wasting their time just kind of like cooking for hours and like cleaning and stuff like that. Like, I literally will show you how to do it like step by step, and then just consistently just like hammer to nail, just again. And of course, the goal is to change people's lives and teach people how to live a healthy lifestyle. So that is coming very, very soon. This is where the location is at, 908 Paredes. It's totally being remodeled right now, the inside. And first day is free. I always say that, and it is. And basically, the first day, all we do is I ask you fitness-related questions based off your life, whether it be like, anything like if you're hurt or like your goals that you're trying to have or anything that has to do with like fitness. We kind of go back and forth, just kind of get to know you better and like what your goals are. And then we work out for about 30 minutes to an hour, just depends on how you're conditioned. And then that's about it. So what I'm really looking for is more like a collaboration or resources, and especially like to spread the word. So what I have been thinking as well as doing like delivery services. So as for right now, to order meals, you do have to be a client of mine, just because it's kind of like insane if I just get more orders, because 9 hours a day would just kind of be like, what the heck, right? So delivery services, so I can actually deliver to your house, just so that, like I said, consistency. everybody could definitely, you know, have an amazing, healthy lifestyle, regardless if you train or not. It's all about like what you eat also as well, like at the end of the day. So if you're eating too much calories and you're like overweight, or if you're like underweight and you're eating too little calories, that is where I step in, because I'm just trying to just advise you and tell you like, you know, this is the problem, this is what we need to do. And I just try to give no excuses, because that is one thing I also dislike. It's just kind of like, I'm here for you, like let me help you, right? So grant opportunities, team members. One thing I will open up about is one thing I wish I was better at is guiding, I guess you could say, like employees, right? So I am extremely, like I said, OCD, and I could be a little controlling, which is kind of annoying, but it's just in my DNA. But opening up and just teaching and guiding like my wingman, or like however you want to say it, employee, to do what I'm doing in a sense. Maybe not to the degree that I'm doing, but just kind of like teach them on how to teach others, right? And then of course just guiding them and then showing them the way to like be a successful business, right? And then that's my Instagram, and that's about it. Thank you.
Awesome. So then now this is the time where we ask the questions. So guys, do we have any questions for you? Okay, let me go that way. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
Oh, okay. So my budgets, like, or like, yeah, subscriptions. So it just varies. So I am not doing any, you know, memberships right now, as it, when it comes to like just coming in and just working out. But when it comes to personal training, it just depends on how many trainings you'd want. So if you want 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times, we do have like different friendly budget plans. But it all varies on the plan. But that's why the first day is free, because the first day it explains everything. Because if I were to explain right now, I mean, it would make sense to everybody because I have a microphone and I could just kind of like preach it. But if it's just kind of like somebody on the street or somebody messaging me like, oh, like, you know, what are your budget plans, or like your price plans? The first day is completely free. Like you literally just come in. Like I said, we just evaluate you, ask you fitness related questions. I also have like a bunch of gadgets like the Fit 3D scan. I didn't put it in here. I kind of forgot, but we test everything. You test your body percent fat, your lean muscle mass, how much water intake. We have like a whole laboratory basically. And we work out, and then that's when I explain all of the prices and services. So that question literally depends on how many trainings you get, but it varies from about $30 to about $45, basically. Yeah. And then when it comes to those things, you get everything. So regardless if you get 1 time a week training, 2 times a week training, or 3 times a week training, you get your own. I didn't put it in the PowerPoint as well. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but you get your own routine plans. So I also make routine plans based off of your goals. So let's just say you're just trying to gain some muscle mass, trying to shred some fat, right? Whatever it is, you'll get on your phone like a PowerPoint kind of thing, and it'll have the weekdays, Monday through Friday, and it'll have your routine plan. So just say like Monday, upper body day, Tuesday, legs, Wednesday, pool, right? And on that Monday, it'll have all of your exercises, right? Your rep schemes, the weight, the everything, right? And then on the side, it'll have notes of what you accomplished that day. And then of course, it's extremely personalized because I'm the one basically, you know, in charge of that. And then of course, you get your own meal plan, and then of course the option to buy meals. But if you do get any like subscription plan, you can come to the gym Monday through Sunday. So you just buy once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, because that's all I offer for personal training. You can come Monday through Sunday. Yes.
Do you have another question? Do you have a question?
What are your margins for the end of the year?
This year for the margins, well, it's a little tricky right now just because we are completely moving facilities. So,
Year to date?
huh?
Year to date?
Like when I'm moving?
No, I'm saying
Year to date, like
I don't even know what that means.
Like your Q4 or like your end results? Like
Why
what?
don't we switch it a little bit? So what are your expectations to end your year?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, just to maintain what I have right now and just move facilities as of right now. But for the whole big picture, I definitely want to open a massive facility. So Brownsville actually doesn't really have a commercial gym that is specifically bodybuilding that you could just kind of go in and just kind of, I mean, I know they have some, but it's kind of like how I'm doing it. It's more like personal training. You can't really just go in and like train. I don't know if y'all have seen other gyms like Gentry Gym or Top Gym or anything like that, but that's located like in Harlingen and then as well as like Edinburgh or I don't even know where it's at, Mercedes or I don't even know. But Brownsville does not have a gym like that, and that's just something I would love. So for right now, it's just going to be consistently just having the 20 clients, maintain the, you know, meal prep business, and then just try to expand, whether it be like hiring people so that I could take less of a workload. But bigger picture is just to definitely open up a gym. I don't know if that answered that question, but yeah.
Awesome. I think we have the last question, and this is kind of what we do at the end of the program is how. You have a question? Sorry, he has a question.
Go for it.
I'll come back to mine in a little bit. Go for it.
So how hard is for you to balance between being a business owner, personal trainer, chef, dad, and everything? How hard is for you? How do you balance that in your
Oh
life?
man, honestly, I love training and cooking. Like that's all I do. Like, I could probably only do like 4 good things in my life, like really, really well, and those 2 are it. But basically, if I'm not training, I'm cooking. So balancing it out is kind of funny because I'm actually more out. I mean, introverted, extroverted, but if I'm completely honest, like I have trouble balancing out like actually meeting new people because like I said, like I'm self-employed, right? So I don't have any employees besides me. The only facility I go to is my gym, so it's just me. I go home and it's just me. So balancing it out is actually pretty easy. Like getting out there and like exposing myself and just trying to do stuff like what I'm doing right now because this is definitely something I've never done. But something that I would want to do is actually be more just kind of out there and not less of what I'm doing right now because like I said, I absolutely love it, but it's kind of funny because I mean the balance is just like it's super easy for me like as of consistency for those 2 things because I just like I said I enjoy it so much. Yeah.
I have a question. Kind of like a 2-parter. So I'm just curious as to, because you're talking about growth and what you want your end goal to be. So how does that look like as you build your team? Kind of what are your expectations or have you even thought of that? And the second part was, are there any mentors or resources that you've been able to use or that you're currently looking for, maybe so we could help you out?
Okay. So I'm sorry, the first question?
Yeah, so as you grow,
Personal relationship with their own clients and just seeing the growth of progress from everybody, whether it be like my employees or their clients as under them. And then as for the well prepped, having a brigade, which is like kind of like a line cooks and like a bunch of like chefs under me as well. That is going to be a lot more tough than I think, just because, like I said, I mean, you have one bad experience with a restaurant and you're not going to go. So that will be on me, whether it be like to really, really take the time out of my day and just kind of like drill them in like, having these steps for them to like just kind of know what they're doing so that they could make a good product. But that, like I said, that's something that I definitely need to learn because, I mean, I was talking about it earlier, how one thing I wish I was better at, which is teaching like not just clients, but also like employees so that they could teach others. So I've always struggled with that, but I mean, like I said, just doing things that I like uncomfortable doing and just kind of like getting out of my comfort shell and just kind of trying to do my best like day to day. And then of course always like feedback from like good friends or family or like even strangers. so that they could tell me what they think about myself or the business or even the meals right now. Like, I don't know if y'all tried them, but feedback is the best. Yeah. So.
And then the second part to that, what type of resources have you been able to use, if any, or mentorship have you gotten?
So, TrueFit helped me a ton. So they are actually the ones who taught me how to sell, and then the passion just kind of like drove that to be even more of a success. But I mean, honestly, like who I really look up to is just kind of people who I've never met, but it's just kind of like Gordon Ramsay or just kind of like bodybuilders and stuff like that. I kind of like idolize them my whole life. And I mean, if you really like try to look into them, I know I mean, especially Gordon Ramsay, like he seems like a douche, but like in the kitchen especially, but like if you really like see everything for who he is, like he's just really trying to push people to be the best. Of course, there's some things that are a little far-fetched, but that was like kind of like back in the years. But definitely look up to a lot of people who I've never met. But if it's somebody that I definitely have looked up for, especially in my business, is my family, and then like my parents, and then as well as my friends and my managers at the time at TrueFit. Yeah.
Yes, we have more kissing. Sorry.
You have press anything on this one?
No, you're already. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Considering that you're renting a building, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you consider the competition when you started the gym business?
Yes, but I mean, I don't know if it's like cockiness or something like that, but sometimes I really feel like I'm very confident in what I do. Passion drives me insane. I'm very extremely competitive in every single thing that I do. So the competition, I really see them as like allies as well, because I actually do know a lot of other like gym business owners, and we get along like crazy. Like we work out together. We're honestly just, it's kind of funny because at the end of the day, we really are just trying to like change people's lives for the better. So, sometimes they help me out, sometimes I help them out. So it's kind of like still a community in that sense as well.
Okay, the last question. Cost factor, and then we go to the marketing. Due to the low prices of the competition and the rent expenses that you run into, how do you come up with the pricing?
So as for the pricings for myself, man, that always varied. So in the very beginning, when I barely started this business, it was very, very affordable. Let's just say that. I was just kind of like, once I got out of TrueFit, I just quit, and I was like, you know what? Like, I was living at my parents' place at the time, so I mean, everything, like, since I had basically no bills to pay, right? So I just was like training people, just getting to know them, and it was just more of like like I said, very, very affordable. So that number came in my head, no idea how. I just was like, you know what? Like, let me just get my foot in the door. Let me just kind of see like how I like it. Like, I don't even know what I'm really doing. So let's just make it really affordable, and then let's just see how things go. And then it just took off, and I was like, holy crap, like that's awesome. So then I was training a bunch of people, but then like sacrificing a lot of my hours and like time, but then not getting paid like as much or anything like that. So that's when I kind of like took like a little break, and then I just came back and just really like talked to my manager at the time at TrueFit about the TrueFit's prices and stuff like that. Obviously, they offered a little bit more than I did at the time, just because they had a whole facility, and then they're commercial, so like it was just kind of ridiculous. But I just kind of charged like what they had, but I kind of also didn't like that just because I'm not TrueFit, right? So then throughout the days or years, I just kind of changed the price based off of like how much time and effort I put in. So I just kind of get like I said, it would be like about, the services were like $30 to $45 every session. And then I was just kind of happy with that. So I was just like, let's just stick with that. So, but how I got those numbers is just kind of like from my experience from TrueFit.
So, the last question.
Yes.
how can we help you as a community? What can we do for you?
I guess, well, first spread the word for sure, and then of course, like whether it be grant opportunities, business ideas. I know that there's this person who didn't come today just because he had work, but there's also this other guy owns a supplement company, and just collabs. So like I said, owns a supplement company. I mean, I own, like I said, a gym as well as a meal prep business. So obviously having supplements like protein, creatine, and other like multivitamins in my, facility would be dope. So we're just collaborations, and then as well just like guidance for the things that I struggle with, which is like hiring other employees and just kind of like having a mentor myself. So I mean, a lot of people would tell me that they would be intimidated by me sometimes, like when they first saw me or met me. But honestly, I'm extremely approachable, so I'm always open to ideas and thoughts, and I really don't think anything is like a bad idea. So you could always like filter it out, but just something like that, those lines. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's give it up.
Thank you, buddy.
So much. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so usually this is where we have another speaker for the day. Unfortunately, our second speaker wasn't able to make it for today, but I have a surprise for you guys. So the one thing, and I think that probably the most consistent thing that I get from the feedback is, we need marketing. We need to put ourselves out there. We need to help with that. Well, there's one thing that is probably the oldest trick in the book, and I promise you, you're not gonna need a phone, because a lot of the times you're like, oh, I don't have a phone, I don't know how to manage a camera, whatever. So we're gonna do a little activity. I'm gonna need some participants to help me out. So we have the elevator pitch workshop. What is an elevator pitch? It's basically you have 2 minutes, under 2 minutes to present yourself, kind of explain what you do, who you are, and why it matters. And then just keep it simple, engaging, memorable. Imagine if you're just meeting someone on the street, they tell you, hey, what's up, how you doing, who are you, what do you do? Quick and easy, it's short. So we're gonna have Grace timing our people, like I said, under 2 minutes. We have Samantha. You wanna stand up, Samantha? Sam is gonna be our little judge. She's also gonna give you, she's one of our specialists on economic development, so she's gonna give you some insights, some little tips and tricks. So I wanna see who's gonna be the first person who's gonna volunteer. Can I have someone? You, come on. Yes. There you go, let's give it up to him, guys. Are we ready with the timer?
So I'm gonna go off script, so.
Yeah. 2 minutes, who you are, what you do, what does it matter, and ready? Yes. And go.
All right, so good morning. My name is Eric Arriaga from Premier Martial Arts. I'm the CEO and president. I own a franchise with 285 locations around the United States. What made me inspire me to open up a location back in 2004, 2005 here in the RGV. We have 3 locations here in the RGV. The end game is how many people have ADHD, who here also have kids with dyslexia, and who here has kids with anxiety, and also men and adults that have all that kind of pressure. For what we do at Premier Martial Arts, we change people's lives. From the day one, from the customer experience, all the way down to the journey to becoming a black belt and beyond a black belt. But it's not just the kicking and punching that we do. It's more like the lifestyle, life skill lessons that we teach become great athletes and also great martial artists. What is a black belt? Well, a black belt's being respectful, being polite, right? And at the end of the day is, how can we change that person's skill, life, to become successful at the end of the day? So we have hundreds of members that join Premier Martial Arts. At the end of the day, our end game is to change who? The individual's lives and parents. Make it alive and also make it easier for our parents to have what? An easy transition when it comes to kids. So again, my name is Eric Araya from Premier Martial Arts. If you have any questions, let me know, because at the end of the day, if you don't know, now you know, right? And I'm always about branding, ABP, always be promoting, because that's what it is. And if nobody knows you, nobody flows you, right? So thank you so much for your time.
32 seconds. That was an excellent pitch. Samantha, do we have any comments?
Well, I mean, I think it always varies on who you're trying to talk to, but I think you hit the main points, right? You introduce yourself, what you do, and why you, right? Like, how are you different from others? I thought that was great, yeah.
And also, I love the fact that you, like, I love catchphrases. Like the last one, it will stick to people. So they're probably going to know you for that. Or they'll know you for your branding. They'll know you for your shirt. It's amazing what you're doing with your business. So thank you so much. Do we have any other person that wants to try it out? Like I said, this pitch competition, this elevator pitch is something that we actually do. So if you don't know, we do a blueprint program here, and we do a Kaufman program throughout the valley. And in order for you to graduate that program, you have to do a pitch, elevator pitch at the end, so you can graduate from this. And this is important because, like I said, if you want to give your business a shout out, this is the time to do it. So can we have someone else? One more person, come on. Come on in. Woo! What's your name? Very nice meeting you. Here you go. The floor is yours. Let me just do the timing. There you go.
Well, hello, my name is Dr. Sandra Garcia. I'm a chiropractor. I'm actually Diego's mother. So it brings me great joy to see him at this stage, but I know his passion is genuine because I've seen it through and through. Everything he has done has been about health, and health is wellness, right? It's wealth as well. We are at the 908 Paredes Line Road. I've been a chiropractor for over 20 years. With that brings a lot of opportunities. People are starting to see their health in a different light. So I've developed also a tummy better belt. This belt helps with digestion, specifically speaking to children who have those kinds of irritable bowel kinds of syndromes. This was a joy for me because it helped even my own children, and it's something that I really want to promote. So the Tummy Better belt introduces vibration, heat, and it also has a rhythmic pattern. We all have this kinds of occurrences from time to time, maybe indigestion, or maybe some of us actually suffer with different kinds of colon problems or know someone that does. 1 in 9 does. 1 in 9 persons has IBS. So this is something that I'm starting to promote at my practice as well, along with the lab studies that go with it for the microbiome. So I wrote also a little book called Tummy Better, The Happy Gut Family. It's on Amazon, and it's something that I'm really trying to promote, because if we can teach the parents how to show their children what it is that is good health and good nutrition, that's the right step. Because children now, we know 30% increase in just overall obesity, cardiovascular conditions starting at the age of 18 now. These things are significant findings. So taking that step to push a parent to learn a little bit more is going to help not only that parent, it's going to help the family. Again, my name is Dr. Sandra Garcia, promoting Tummy Better. Thank you.
Samantha?
Yeah, so again, you did great. You guys are both very well spoken. I think kudos to you. What I noticed was that you gave a little bit about your background, so it added to your credibility and as to why they should listen and choose your product. So very nice.
Yeah, I love the fact that you mentioned your where you're established so they can find you as well. You end it with your name as well, so that way you end them with your face card, basically. So yes, thank you so much. Do we have one more person that wants to join? Steve, coming up. Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
Of course.
So I got 2 minutes? Alrighty, I only need one. I'm Steve Perez, and I've been programming since 1983 with my company, so I'm a programmer. But today, AI is everywhere. So we build AI workflows and workspaces, and basically they work for 45 cents an hour, so that's very interesting, especially for back office stuff. Nobody likes to do data entry, right? Nobody likes to do boring work. Neither do I. But the robots do. So you can do data processing. And before I forget, we also set them up over here in the data center. I don't know if you guys knew, we have a data center upstairs. Not mine, it's BCIC's and participation with the UTRGV. And there's a supercomputer there. Okay, it's an AI computer. It can process, you're all sitting down, 70 trillion operations per second. I don't even know how to explain that. But you could say it's like 500 employees in one little box. So if anybody wants to know more about AI, we do have also meetings here, actually here with the AI Club. We talk about, discuss programming, workflows, or QuickBooks, if you want to talk about that. I think I'm done. I'm Steve Perez. Thank you.
Thank you. 40 seconds left. Okay, Samantha?
So, hi, Steve. For those of you that may not know, Steve is a very prominent person in our community, so we know a lot about him and his products and stuff like that. So again, thank you for going up there and speaking. And I think what I liked about yours specifically was AI is up and coming, so sometimes we don't fully grasp about what that idea is. So sometimes it's helpful to paint a picture of, okay, this is a history, but this is kind of where we want to go towards. So I thought that was very well done. Thank you.
I also really like the fact that you didn't just mention your business, but you also mentioned community. That is the one thing I think it's so important about places like this, is just fomenting that. The community, the connection, like with the tech club, which you guys should experience at some point. So yeah, thank you so much, Steve. So, like I said, and I mentioned briefly, this is something that we do at the end of our courses. And then last time I told you that we we're gonna have some next year, but little surprise. We do have one this year. This is the last one of the year. We promise you we're going to finish our year with a bang. This is a resource that is sponsored by BCIC, and it is done by UTRGV, the team. This is a blueprint program. So basically, if you're a business owner, if you're in the ideation process, if you're anywhere in the beginning and you want to just learn principles and like a very structured base, course is for you. It's only for 5 days. It is an intensive course where you're going to have some mentoring throughout, and we're also going to have some experts coming into the matter. This is a free course, so you should apply for it. I'll leave this on the screen so that way you guys can scan the QR code. If you have any questions, like I said, the UTRGV team will be more than happy to answer any of them for you. Yes, let me go. Yes.
In Brownsville. We were not thinking of having one more, but we are having one more. So I know there's a lot of interest in this program. I encourage you to apply. It's not necessarily free. It's sponsored by our partners at the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation, which is our neighbors here to, on the second floor, BCIC. So take advantage of this program that was added on just to end the year for our Enrich program that we have here at Enrich. So I encourage everybody to take advantage of it. And not only facilitators, meaning me, just kidding. So yeah, join us please.
Yes. So like she said, it is a resource you have available in your hands. Please make sure you sign up for it. And that concludes our, yes. Yes, so we are going to have 1 week full of events coming up in November. I will have more details with you. We're still working on the full schedule for November 17th through the 21st. This building is going to be full of people, full of events. We're going to have events based on entrepreneurship, kind of like a timeline for every single stage of entrepreneurship. So we have something for you. There's going to be a topic, a workshop, or something you're going to be enjoying. So please join us. Like I said, I'll be giving you more details. I'm going to be telling you more about it. If you want to know a little bit more in thorough, please talk to us after this. And yeah, so like I said, thank you so much for coming like every single Wednesday. Thank you for our presenter. Thank you so much for the amazing food that you brought. And as usual, we'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you, guys.